the who, where, what, and I guess why of my video card testing. Coming at you now. What's up everyone, Erik here, and welcome to Hardware for Gamers. For those of you who are new to the channel, I review and test PC cases, CPU coolers, PC case fans, and I guess starting today, video cards. Now before I get too far into this video is not an actual review of a video card, it's just the methodology that I'll be using to test video cards or to review video cards. But I will be referring back to this video in all of my future video card reviews to hopefully keep those videos as short as possible. Now for these cards that I will be reviewing, I will be staying in that mid to low mid-range pricing because video cards are a lot of money and I'm going to be buying all these myself. So I like my kidneys where they are. Now if you do appreciate what I'm doing here, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it really does help a lot. Plus, if you would like to help out the channel directly, then consider becoming a patron on Patreon. 100% of what I receive goes towards buying products to review. A link is in the description. Okay then, with all that out of the way, there's a lot to go over, so let's get into this. I have put together a test system for just testing video cards. Now I do think this system reflects the majority of people's systems, meaning I'm not going super high-end on any of the parts, except for maybe the power supply. And the reason I'm going with mid-range parts is to have my results be more comparable to what you guys would see at home. The motherboard I'm using is the MSI B450 Tomahawk. The CPU is the Ryzen 5 5600. The CPU cooler is the Fractal Design Celsius S24. The RAM I'll be using is Gskill FlareX running at 3200 megatransfers, and there'll be 4 8GB DIMMs. The case or the chassis I'll be using is the frame of the HAF XB. So I'm not having any panels on it, it's just open air test bench. The OS drive is just a simple 120GB SATA3 SSD. The game drive is a 1TB Western Digital hard drive. And the power supply is a ST1000 PST from Silverstone. So yes, a 1000 watt power supply. Now this will give me the option of testing high-end video cards in the future. But yeah, I like my kidneys where they are. Okay, next I'll be going over the games I'll be testing. Most of these games are popular free-to-play or esports titles. So of course I'll be testing CSGO with very high settings, and I'll be testing on Inferno with bots. I'll also be testing Apex Legends with mostly very high settings. And for testing, I'll be running around the firing range. Halo Infinite multiplayer, I'll be using the high preset. And I'll be testing on fragmentation with bots. I'll also be testing Destiny 2 with the high preset. And I'll be testing in the Cosmodome. War Thunder is another game I'll be using with the maximum preset, and I'll be testing using the built-in tank battle benchmark. Of course, I'll be testing Rainbow Six Siege with the very high preset and 100% render scale. I'll be testing using the built-in benchmark. Now for Rainbow Six, I will be testing both the DX11 and Vulkan APIs. I'll be testing Doom Eternal using the high preset, and the area that I'll be testing in is pretty much at the beginning of the game. I'll also be testing Fortnite with mostly medium settings, but the view distance will be set to far. Now I will be using the built-in replay mode that's in Fortnite to get more consistent results between GPUs. Overwatch 2 is another game I'll be using. I'll be using the Ultra preset. And again, I'll be using the built-in replay mode to get more consistent results. To finish off the list, I'll be testing PUBG. I'll be using the high preset with 100% render scale. And again, I'll be using the built-in replay mode to get more consistent results. Now, there is a pretty good chance that I'll be adding Warhammer 40,000 Dark Tides to this list of games once it's released. But yeah, we'll see what happens when it actually gets released on if it's good or bad or whatever ends up happening with it. So I will be testing all these games at 1080 and 1440 except for War Thunder, because for some reason I can't get it to actually play properly at 1440p for some reason. I'm going to be using OCAT to capture the frame times of all these games. I'll be doing 5 sets of captures at each resolution and remove the highest and lowest captures, being left with the 3 middle ones. I will then average those 3 captures out and show the average FPS and the 1% lows. Okay, moving along to my temperature testing. I'll be running 3 sets of tests for each video card. The first set of tests, I'll have the fans running at the default or auto fan speeds. I will take sound recordings of the default fan profile. Plus, I'll also go over how the default fan profile ramps up. The second set of testing will have the fans running at 40 dBA. And the third set of testing will have the fans running at max fan speed. Again, I'll be taking sound level readings with the fans at max speed. Now a little bit more on the sound level testing. The Celsius S24 will be running at minimum speeds, which will have the noise floor of my room at 32.4 dBA from 50 centimeters or 20-ish inches away. Now for this temperature testing, I'll be running Unison Heaven in a loop for 25 minutes to get 5 minutes of steady state or heat-soaked temperatures. And I do this twice, and during all this testing, I will be using hardware info to log the whole system. So there'll be 600 cells of data being combined into the average temperatures. This will also allow me to go over the average GPU clock frequency and the average GPU power usage. And after we go over all this testing, it will give us a really good idea on how the video card will actually act while gaming. Plus, I will typically do a follow-up video where I do a teardown of the card and possibly some over and or undervolting type stuff as well, but that will be a separate video. Now for the cards I'll be testing, I have already picked up a Gigabyte RX 6650 XT that I'm in the process of testing, and I'll be comparing it to a 5600 XT and a 580 in the game charts. And I'm hoping to get a 6600 and or a 3060 in the not too distant future, but again, video cards are not cheap, so I might need some time to get those. However, if there are any other games you'd like me to test or any specific video cards you'd like me to pick up, please let me know down in the comments. Well, that's all I got for this one, and I do have a lot more testing to go do, so I gotta wrap this up quick. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're still watching and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. There's also the HFD Discord server. It is completely free to join. All you need to do is agree to the server rules, and you can view all of my charts. A link is in the description. There is also Patreon if you'd like to support the channel directly. Again, there is a link in the description. You may want to check out these videos here. They should be along the same lines of what this video was, maybe. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.